Good morning. My name is Moshe Zhao. I'm ExxonMobil's new product advisor for performance polyethylene. I'm also the market developer for primary packaging in North America. Today, I'm joined by our technology lead, Dr. Sushan Roy, who leads our new product platform, Exceed XP, as well as the primary packaging technical support in this region. Together, we would like to welcome everyone to join the call and thank you for spending your valuable time with us to hear about the extreme performance resin solution for flexible packaging. Administratively, I would like to ask you to submit your questions on today's topic real time via the Zoom Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. Our colleague, Dr. Tom Miller, who is a marketing lead for primary packaging in North America, is also online and he will be helping collecting your questions and answer some of them as we go. After the presentation, we will answer the rest of the questions you have. With this, let's get started. Briefly, ExxonMobil is truly a global company. We have a presence on 6 continents and more than 70,000 employees. The quality, the size, and diversity of our integrated portfolio are evident across all three of our global business lines. The upstream business includes the exploration and production of oil and natural gas. For downstream, we are the world's largest integrated refiner and manufacturer of lubricant base stocks. And for chemical, this is where Sushan, Tom, and I work. We are one of the largest chemical companies in the world. Our facilities also convert crude oil into petrochemical feedstocks that are used in many applications, including medical equipment, electronics, clothing, vitamin capsules, tires, and of course, packaging and many other applications. All of these were enabled by the broad portfolio of chemical products, including a variety of polyethylene, polypropylene, and plastomers, just to name a few. Today, we're going to talk about the polyethylene specifically and focus on packaging solutions delivered by one of our recent innovated platform, Exceed XP Performance Polyethylene. So how does Exceed XP fit into our polyethylene portfolio? This chart is a concept depiction of the ExxonMobil performance products versus the conventional LDPE, and the blends. As we can see from the red bubble here, the Exceed products provide superior mechanical performance, but can have challenges in processing. In the green bubble, which representing for the Enable products, that brings optimized solution with a combination of bubble stability and good mechanical performance. For the purple bubble here, that representing the Exceed XP performance polymer, it provides further improved mechanical properties versus Exceed with much better processability. The Exceed XP resins expand the new blown film application due to its step-out performance with high output potential. And this will enhance the value in use of existing applications. So in today's presentation, we will share two key approaches to capture the value from this extreme performance polymer. The first one is due to the exceptional mechanical performance of Exceed XP's packaging solution. It enables significant downgauging compared to the incumbent. The second approach is the Exceed XP has synergy effect with several resins that can allow the optimized solution blends with resins such as LLDPE to further lower the cost of the packaging solution. As our customers continue to demanding higher performance and excellent processing resins, we have contributed to invest in the innovation along these fronts. This is, of course, built a foundation in which we have been able to globally deliver products consistently and reliably. We, de- we deliver a portfolio of solutions to support all our value chain requirements. The extreme performance of Exceed XP is evident in toughness. The unique molecular structure delivers exceptional flex crack resistance. This has outperformed many plastomer-rich solutions to save costs for our customers. Additionally, Exceed XP performance polymers has also have exceptional dart and tear performance. The high MD tear resistance can be reached when high orientation is achieved on the blown film line. On commercial blown lines, this effect can be observed typically at 25 micrometer thickness or thinner gauge films, or when other high orientation in the MD direction can be achieved, such as lower blow-up ratio, lower frost line, higher output. Basically, the thinner the film, the easier it is to achieve this high MD tear resistance. These exceptional dart and tear performance have enabled multiple packaging applications to protect contents in more extreme environments. Just to share a few examples here. The first application example requires a bag containing liquid to pass a 5-meter backdrop performance test. The solution with ExxonMobil's Exceed XP can achieve up to twice the passing rate than the incumbent solution with C8 metallocene LLDPE. As we are talking about liquid packaging application here, another value proposition very important for Exceed XP is the excellent flex crack resistance. Based on our 10,000 cycle flex crack resistance testing, we saw the Exceed XP material solution can improve the flex crack resistance up to 66% compared to the incumbent. The second example is for medium duty sacks for vacuumed rice or dry food grain packaging. Compared to a 135 micrometer thick incumbent solution, the Exceed XP contained solution can bring up to 30% higher needle puncture force resistance of the laminated solution, even after 18% of down gauging. This case was designed for vacuum rice bag with long rice, which can have multiple sharp edges or sharp points in the contents. So this requires extreme performance during the process of stanking, vibration, and transportation process, so which require back dropping testing as well. As we can see from this chart, the 135 micrometer thick incumbent packaging cannot survive through the 1.5 meter backdrop testing. However, the down gauge to only 110 micrometer solution with Exceed XP resin in it can pass all three tests. Previously, the customer was constantly challenged by the retailer complaints on high packaging damage rate. But with Exceed XP solution, the damage rate was significantly dropped. This great mechanical strength and down gauging potential can directly translate to value to our customer and also to the value chain. As for a heavy-duty SAX customer at 10K T capacity, the 20% of downgauging with Exceed XP solution can save them up to $3 million per year. In the next section, my colleague Dr. Sushan Roy will share more details on technical side on the Exceed XP Extreme solutions.
Thanks, Moshe. As my colleague mentioned, I work in the technology group. I work very closely with Moshe, Tom, and other folks in sales and marketing. In this slide here, we have shown the different grades in the Exceed XP portfolio. We have grades ranging from zero point 0.2 mi all the way to 1 mi, density 0.914 all the way to 918. The third column is something which I would like to emphasize, which is called the melt index ratio or MIR, or simply that is the ratio of I21 divided by I2, or simply the ratio of melt index at a higher load divided by a lower load. As can be seen from this table here, we have a range of values as low as 28 all the way to as high as 52. Then we have grades which have add packs in them, slip and anti-block, and also there are grades which don't have any slip and anti-block in them or barefoot resins. In this slide here, we have shown the stiffness toughness balance these grades bring to the table. In this specific case, I'm focusing on Exceed XP 8784 or the purple bubble. This is a 914 density resin, zero point 0.8 mi, but this grade, as can be seen from the graph here, it approaches, this grade has a modulus that approaches to that of a higher density resin. At the same time, its dart impact values approaches to that of a lower density resin. So what it means, what it implies is a resin which is a 914 in density can act like a higher density resin in terms of modulus, but at the same time it can seal like a lower density resin when it comes to some of the dart impact and similar properties. In this slide here, we have shown the dart impact and puncture properties. Exceed XP resins have almost 40% higher dart impact compared to Exceed type resins. For puncture, compared to a 1018, the puncture properties are almost 100% higher. And again, these numbers can have huge significance depending on what applications converters are targeting. We also did some work where we did Exceed XP in blends with C4 and C6 resins. And what we found out is that we were able to retain MDTR properties and the sealing and the stiffness properties were not affected. This is important because if some converters are trying to optimize on cost and they are looking at different ways how they can optimize on cost without sacrificing properties, this gives them an avenue to look into these options. In this chart here, we have shown how, or as the C4 or the C6 level goes up, how does it affect the different properties. We also did some specific work with C4 LLDP. In this case, we took Exceed XP 8656 and the other formulation was Exceed XP 8656 with 30% of C4 LL resin. Again, as seen in the graph here, we were able to achieve both high dart and tear. So the synergy with linear blends was observed. And again, it gives an opportunity for converters to optimize on the cost if that's one of the things you have in mind. The next few slides will focus on some few case studies. Now we have done numerous case studies in a wide areas of applications, whether it's primary food packaging, frozen food, meat, cheese, dairy, or liquid packaging. We have an n number of case studies, but in the interest of time, we just selected few case studies here. But we would be glad to discuss any specific applications that you have in mind, and we would be happy to sit down with you guys, discuss over the phone what is needed to design a formulation and what kind of other benefits some of these resins can bring to those applications. The first application here is liquid packaging. We have two market reference structures. First one is based on C8 metallocene. The second one is also C8 metallocene. And the third structure is based on Exceed XP 8656. As you can see here from the graph that we were able to down gauge with Exceed XP. But at the same time, we were able to have exceptional flex crack properties, extreme toughness, and extreme sealing properties. Now, those of you who are in the area of liquid packaging, you would be aware that in liquid packaging, flex crack resistance is very important. If you are designing a product which is shipping liquids from one region to another region, and you have a pinhole or a defect in one of the bags, your entire shipment can be rendered useless. So having a low pinhole defect or high flex crack properties or flex crack resistance is very important. So with some of these Exceed XP resins, we're able to achieve that. Moving on to the next case study, which is in sachets. In this case, again, we have one reference here. The reference is based on C8 metallocene LLDP in blends with a plastomer resin. The EMC solution was purely based on Exceed XP 8784. As you can see from some of the results here, that we were able to achieve a 12% down gauging. At the same time, we were able to maintain the stiffness after down gauging, and the sachet had superior dart impact properties, and the optics were much enhanced. So again, these are some of the key attributes, and those of you who are in this area in manufacturing sachets probably would understand that some of these properties can mean a significant difference when you're trying to enter a new application, or when you're trying to basically design a product with better properties. Moving on to the final case study for today's webinar. This is an SCP type application. There are three market references here. First one is based on C8, the second one is based on C6, and the third one is a blend, and it has been compared to an Exceed XP 6056 based solution. As can be seen from the results here, there is a significant improvement in haze, like much lower haze. The melt strength went up significantly, and so was the case with the backdrop survival. So summarizing, Exceed XP performance polymers offer a unique stiffness toughness balance. This balance can be used to your advantage depending on what applications you are trying to go after. These properties, these enhanced properties, basically opens up avenues for new applications. Or also, if you're trying to enter a new market or a new space, there are some things which can be designed with these resins which can help you enter or gain presence in new markets. And again, it has some exceptional physical properties that opens up avenues for new areas. And we would be happy to discuss with any one of you if you are trying to explore into a new area or a new application, and help you as needed with formulation design or necessary help as may be needed. We at ExxonMobil work very closely in these three buckets shown in the slide here: catalyst research, process technology, and application expertise. We work very closely with our customers, and we would love the opportunity with working with you guys in designing a product which can meet your expectation, meet your demands. Again, we thank all of you for your time to listening to this webinar, and we look forward to the opportunity with working you guys and answering any questions that you may have. So thank you so much, and thanks.